I like that.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Songs Next Generations Week, day 2 of celebrating younger musicians. I am so glad to have all of you here today. Welcome. Hello to everybody out there on Facebook Live. And hello to all the folks in this room. Alex Cumming, of course, who is going to be singing with us today. And Katie Abadou, who's running the tech. Anna Alter, who is my co-host for the day from Some Alternative Roots. Hello to Sandy in Maryland. Nice to see you. Well, at least like the roof of your car or something. Hello to Dan in Virginia. Hello to Deborah in Kentucky. Hi, Annie in Victoria. Hi, Deli in Maryland. Mabel in Mass. Hi, Susan in Ohio. Sandy in the Yukon. Hello, Julie. Nice to see you. Carol in Connecticut. Hello. Hello, Al, strumming away on his guitar. Kathy in Virginia. Hello. Sheila in Florida. Hello, Elizabeth Melvin. Nice to see you, one of our Ubuntu Choir Network leaders. Hi, Kevin in New Hampshire. Good to see you, sweetie. Hello to Karen in Oregon. Hello to Annette in California. Arlene also in California. Hello, Siobhan, one of our Ubuntu Choir Network folks also. She is actually the founder with Dennis Donnelly. Hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque. Lisa in Indiana. Sarah in Texas. Trish in Victoria. Bonnie in Idaho. Bob in Maryland. Gary in Mass. Hi, Luda in Victoria. Nice to see you. Barb in Virginia. Hello. And Becky in Vancouver. Hello. Nice to see you. Hello to Jim in New York. Hello to Anne. Nice to see you in Maryland. Fred in DC of the Labor Chorus. Jane, nice to have you today, coming in from Silver Spring. There's Dennis Donnelly, Ubuntu Choir Network. Nice to see you, Dennis. Storm coming in from Mass. Great to have you. And folks who are not on video today, hello to all of you. Suzanne and Sandra, Joni, Ruth, Lynn, Natalia coming in from Poland, Laura, Beth, and Miriam, and others still connecting to audio. So glad you're all here today, and welcome again to everybody out there on Facebook Live. So here we are in the Daily Antidote of Song. I haven't counted recently, but we must be somewhere around day 400 and something. And it is so great to have so many familiar faces, and I see some new faces today coming in the room to sing. This week, as I said, we are in our Next Generations Week, singing all week long with people who are under the age of 40. Not something that a lot of us in this room know anything about, let me say, or at least not recently. No, I'm just teasing. Okay, so I'm super, super glad again to be co-hosting today with Anna Alter. She is a board member of Pinewoods with me, and that is how we met. Well, actually, so sort of. Reality is we met in the board of Pinewoods meeting, and Anna said, wait, aren't you that person from the Daily Antidote of Song? So there you go. Apparently we met here. So I'm super, super excited to bring Anna to the floor. She's going to introduce Alex. Let's all give Anna and Alex a big hello and welcome.
Hi, everybody. This is so much fun. Day 2. Woo! I have the really cool job of introducing Alex Cumming, who has the biggest CV, and I'm only going to touch on hints of it, but there's so much. He does so many things. He's a dance caller, a teacher, a program leader for organizations like CDSS at Pinewoods, EFDSS. He has a billion albums out, including one that came out last year called Isolation Sessions, the song. So that must have been a pandemic something. And he's in a couple of other groups, including the Teacups, which is an a cappella group. And I know they've been doing virtual things, and Nicola Beasley. And they had a live album that came out last year. Alex was, and this is of course just a hint of the things that he does, but he also created the virtual accordion camp with Rachel Bell and Jeremiah McLean. And they have already done 4 of those so far. And what a busy, awesome musical human. And let's welcome Alex to the Daily Antidote.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you. I was worried when you said was going to sort of choose some things. I was worried about what's going to come out, so that's good. I've definitely done some strange things before, but those sound fairly normal, so that was good. Well, yeah. So I was so excited to be asked back. I was here before Christmas doing Rebels North, the Rebels Week, which was really fun. So it was really nice to be back here celebrating things. And this year, as many of us didn't get a chance to, didn't get a chance to sort of do the traditional English style of May Day, which is get up at sunrise and do Morris dancing or do crazy things and stay up all night. So I kind of took this opportunity to sing a May Day song. Are you up for that? And I know you celebrated May Day last week with the whole week of workers' rights and the underdogs, and that was absolutely fabulous week. I mean, like a week ago today was Peggy Seeger. Come on. To be the day after Sam Amadon and exactly a week after Peggy Seeger, I feel starstruck right now. So this is a fabulous song by Tony Deane, and I'll give you a little bit more info afterwards about the tradition itself. But it's about the Padstow May Day involving the hobby horse or the Old Oss, a very bizarre and wonderful tradition. But I'll teach you the chorus. For those who are playing along, it's in the key of D. So it goes, we're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. Shall we try that? Following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. Second part, all on a bright May morning. Try that. All on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May, all on the 1st of May. So a very stereotypical folk song ending. It's predictable. Hooray! This is why we like folk music, right? A fantastic song. I think you've got it. I see you all smiling and your mouths are moving out of time with mine, so I'm assuming that you're happy enough, so we'll sing the song. It's a great song by Tony Deane, but it really gives you a great imagery of the whole event. So yeah, this is following the Old Oss. Here's adieu to winter's wailing. From now on it's plain sailing. For summer is a come unto day, as we welcome the 1st of May. Chorus! Following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round, all on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May. We'll rise in the early morning and remember Merv and Charlie. By the Golden Lion we'll stand to greet the Old Oss onto the street. We're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round, all on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May. There'll be no brindes or ribbons, we will not swear the blue ribbons. It's the old Red Oss and a crate of beer that's bring us our good cheer. Following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round, all on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May. We'll sing from morn till night time, for one song it's the right time. Only in Padstow you will hear the day song loud and clear. so good folks don't ignore us. Join in the May Day chorus. Dance with the Old Oss, it's no sin to watch the summer come in. We're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. All on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May. Let's do it again. Following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. All on a bright May morning, full on the 1st of May. All on the 1st of May.
Woo! Alex Cumming, thank you so much. That was so much fun to sing and put me right in the middle of a bright May morning. So thank you so much. On the list of things that we miss doing in person, it's really hard to have a May Day celebration by yourself or, you know, on a camera. So thank you for bringing that to us. I would say that there might be folks in the room who are not as steeped in the old sort of reveling in May Day traditions, who might be wondering what the code words of Old Oss and Padstow even mean. Can you tell us a little bit?
So it's a wonderful, so the thing that drew me to the tradition originally is the fact it's one of the very few traditions that I feel like is living and breathing in a community that are not just people interested in folk music. The whole of Padstow, a wonderful little town in Cornwall, come out every year on May Day, and lots of people, for one day a year, get out their accordions. And the whole of the parade is just masses and masses of people singing and playing piano accordions, which is like my idea of heaven. I'll go with that. But it's fantastic. And there's these two wonderful, I guess if you've seen Mummers plays, you kind of get the idea of disguise in some ways, but except it's kind of like this weird boated dancing circular Oss thing, which kind of probably started life as a horse. And, you know, folk tradition, it's like word of mouth, isn't it? The evolution gets weirder and weirder every time, and suddenly you've got a different song or a different dance, or in this case, a different costume. And there's two competing. There's the Old Oss and the newer Oss, the red, you heard it in the song, the red and the blue. And they parade through from one side to the other side, and they meet in the middle and have a big dance-off. And there's two parades with the two, with the red group and the blue group, and masses of accordions, and there's lots of songs. But like I said, one of the best things I like about it is that it's everybody's involved, and that people cram the streets, and majority of the people who go are not folkies, are not a part of anything other than this tradition once a year, which is, I feel like, an exciting thing when you've got a tradition that is still living and breathing. And sadly, it hasn't obviously happened for the last 2 years, so it's, you know, it's really nice to be able to pay tribute to one of these sort of like really big, important May Day traditions. Yeah, so that's the Padstow May Day, which is crazy. What I ask you to do is to go on YouTube and just search Padstow May Day, and you'll end up down a YouTube wormhole for hours watching lots of accordions and strange dancing.
That is great. Thank you so much, Alex. So, how long have you been celebrating the May Day custom? Is that from your childhood?
Kind of. I didn't discover anything about traditional music until I was about 11 or 12. I'd been playing the accordion since I was 6, but I was playing classical music. And then I discovered about Morris dancing through my interest in local history, where I grew up in the southwest of England. And then from there, I found out about the May Day traditions. And then pretty soon I was celebrating May Day and Midsummer pretty much all the way through. May Day was somewhat of a big part of my life in a different way because I grew up pagan. So there was an important thing, but it was a very differently observed thing to the folk traditions of like getting up and dancing on top of a hill and, you know, getting no sleep.
I noticed yesterday that you were watching us on Facebook Live and that you commented that you actually have something to do with Pinewoods. This was actually not something I knew. Can you tell us a little bit about what your role is at Pinewoods?
Yeah, no, I for the last couple of years, I've actually only managed to program one in-person camp so far, but I'm the program director for the CDSS English Dance Week, which is fabulous. I feel like they asked me mostly because of my accent, but it's like a wonderful week full of English country dance. We do English Ceilidh dance. We do singing and music and lots of ritual dance, so clog dancing and sword dancing and Morris dancing. It's a fabulous program. I love it, which I'm also paid to say, but I also do love it because I went years before I became program director.
That is so great. So I've not been to the English Week at Pinewoods. I've been to other weeks, but I love English dancing in the places I've done it, and it is now on my calendar for this summer, and I really hope I'm going to be able to go. For anyone in this room who's never tried sword dancing, I will say that if you don't manage to look like me with your arms all tangled up in some blob that wasn't supposed to be that way, and always coming in on the wrong foot, you'll look great sword dancing. And well, even if you look like
traditional.
Me, huh?
It will look traditional because in the UK we do all this sword dancing really drunk. So if you do it like that here, it's kind of fits the same, right?
That's great. I will say whether I was getting it right or not, I was having a blast. And so totally check out the weeks of Pinewoods. They've just made some announcements about what their summer's going to be like. And so I am going to thank you, Alex, so much. It was lots of fun to chat. I'm going to turn it over to Anna, who has more refined questions for you.
I do, but I also was thinking about how we are distantly connected. And one of those is that I used to dance on a rapper sword team with your wife, Alice, when I was going to UMass Amherst. Yeah,
that's
for a
very
year.
Cool.
Yeah, she was in charge and she was amazing and would write figures and clogging steps, and it was wonderful. And then I was also
choreography skills is very cool.
Oh yeah, she's so good at it. And I was also thinking about, I've met you once at the Portland Contra Dance in Maine, very briefly. Yeah. I think you might have been there with Trip the Light Fantastic. Alex also plays in contrabands, among many things. And which I think is with Armand and Benedict, who are the Vox Hunters. They've played here before. That's the one, yeah. And during the break, there was a planking competition where people just got on the floor and planked, because that's what you do at contra dances.
I like to say I did not partake, and I just watched and felt in pain just watching.
Yeah, I think that's the time we chatted. That was the only time. Yeah. We were like, look at those people. But in terms of pandemic-y things that you've been up to, when I started my website, which is a resource space for virtual stuff, virtual awesomeness, I hope, I started putting your accordion camp up, which is something that you do with Jeremiah McLean and Rachel Bell, who are both also amazing musicians that I've admired for a really long time too, just like you. And I would love to know more about the camp. Can anyone go?
Yeah, so it's really fun. Like I've been friends with Rachel and Jeremiah for quite a long time, and so when the pandemic started, the idea of like getting two of my accordion heroes on board to like make my mad dreams a reality was wonderful. And so we've also had really special guests during the time as well. We've had Karen Tweed coming in from Orkney teaching and performing, and Jamie Mashler, who's an amazing Argentinian tango accordion player, and Paul Hutchinson, who a lot of you who do English country dance will know. We've had him as a guest. And so we during the day we do a afternoon of workshops, like geeking out on repertoire and accordion techniques, and then in the evenings we do a concert which is open to everybody to come and watch, sometimes with the guests or sometimes it's with the three of us, and it's really, really good fun. And that's kind of formed really close friendships not just with the three of us, but with lots of other people as well. And it's all really kept the community together. And there isn't that many opportunities for lots of accordions to get together. So and the best thing is, it's lots of accordions together where you can have a Zoom room full of like 60, 70 accordions who are all muted. So in some cases, some people's idea of heaven. So it works quite well.
Oh, that's amazing. And I heard that you might be doing a number 5.
Number 5, yeah. And we're going to do one at the beginning of June, sorry. Saturday the 5th of June is our 5th, and it's our 1-year anniversary from doing our first camp, which is really exciting. And yeah, if you know any accordion players or want to come and watch the concert, I think the link's just been shared. Check it out. We have some very special announcements and some special surprises lined up for this. So do check out the website and sign up to the mailing list, or check us out on Facebook, because we're very excited about the plans we have for the accordion camp coming up. Yeah.
That is so cool. And do you have other projects that you're working on?
Always busy. Now I'm not touring. There's always something to do, isn't there? I'm slowly recording a children's album. I have 2 kids, so I'm recording their favorite music for when I go back on tour, but also means I can release it as well. So I'm doing that. And also I'm doing a project at the moment all about an incredible, influential woman and all-round badass woman, Olive Dame Campbell. And she was the one who was responsible for telling Cecil Sharp and showing Cecil Sharp around the Appalachian Mountains for song collecting. And she collected loads of songs before he did. And she's just awesome. And she grew up just down the road from where I live now in Medford, Massachusetts. And I live right between where she grew up and was born and where she's buried now. And so I feel like this real close connection to her history here. And she was the one who founded the John C. Campbell Folk School, for those who have heard of that.
Whoa!
And so I'm doing that show. I've done that show a few times. I've already done it for the John C. Campbell Folk School. I did it in New England Folk Festival, and I have a few more performances coming up, so you can sort of keep an eye on my website. Or if you know any libraries or art centres or folk societies who fancy learning about the show, learning about Olive, the show is kind of a mix of slideshows and songs and history and stories and images and recordings from archives and stuff. So it's a mix of performance and geekiness. Do let me know, because I want to spread the word about how awesome she is. And then ideally, I'd like to get to a point where I don't have to do the show anymore, because everybody knows who she is and are doing their own shows and just singing her songs, because that would be awesome.
So we can go to your website and find out more. Cool.
AlexCummingMusic.com. Original, I know.
Well, now I'm wondering if maybe you'll play some more. Maybe that last song. A bit more. More May.
More May. May.
May.
Shall we sing that? Do you remember this? You remember the chorus enough? I'm seeing nodding heads. Enough? Well, luckily, the joys of these virtual sings is you'll get time to figure it out very loudly, because no one else can hear you. So that's all good. So why don't I'll do a little instrumental. We'll sing a chorus, verse, and a chorus to finish. Does that sound good? This has made me very happy today, singing May songs. I've had an excuse this year. We're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round, all on a bright May morning, all on the 1st of May. We'll sing from morn till night time. For one song it's the right time, 'cause only in Padstow you will hear the day song loud and clear. So good folks, don't ignore us. Join in the May Day chorus. Dance with the Old Oss, it's no sin to welcome the summer in. We're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. full on the bright May morning, full on the first of. Let's see you dancing as well. Oh, we're following the Old Oss through the town, following the Old Oss Padstow round. Full on a bright May morning, full on the first of May, full on the first of May. So many smiles, yay.
It's contagious. It's the accordion. It's Alex Cumming. It's everything. It's being singing about May while we're still in May. It's the being together. Oh, who do we have there?
This is my little Morris dancing doll, which I forgot to put in the background. Hooray!
Here, hang on. Put him up there. Beautiful. I love that. So that the little jacket that he's wearing means he is what kind of Morris dancer?
A border dancer, which is a tradition from the English-Welsh borders, but also could be equally doing a mummers play too.
That's awesome. Thank you. So, you know, when we're in this room together, there's all different ways that we know that we are a community or that we speak the same language. And one of the things I love is when I see the folks in the chat who are saying things like Julie in Ontario, who said, I recognize you from online dancing, or Storm, who says, oh, now I've seen you on both sides of the pond or something. So I totally love the ways we're all connected. And as always, I'm super hoping that we're going to connect more and more as we move forward. I do want to shout out that the donate link is in the chat and also in the comments on Facebook Live. If you can help us keep this great program going, we would really appreciate it. All of the money that comes in this program is going actually directly to the artists who are leading us in song. So it's a great way to help our artist community keep going during these strange times. Let's all just take a deep breath and celebrate May and Alex Cumming. Thank you, Alex. I know. So when did this became like yay instead of like I'm shocked, right? Like that everybody now do it shocked. Yeah, there you go. That's your accordion is shocking, Alex. That's what it is. All right. I want to thank Anna Alter for being a great co-host today. I want to thank Katie Abadou for running the tech. And again, Alex Cumming, thank you so much for bringing us that fabulous music. It was great to sing with you again, and hope we can sing with you again, even when we're not in our Next Generations Week. And thank you to everybody out there on Facebook Live for joining us. We're super glad you came again today. I'm going to shout out Patrick and Patricia in Milwaukee who are out there listening on Facebook. Thank you for being here. And I hope that lots of you will join us again tomorrow.